On the summer solstice of 2024, I met my friends at George Rogers Clark Park, right in the heart of Louisville, my hometown. The park is the site for a 200-year-old bald cypress tree that allegedly grew in the spot where George Rogers Clark thrust his riding crop into the ground. We decided to meet here mostly because it's a quiet park, perfect for a summertime solstice ritual. We cast some runes, pulled tarot cards, and focused our intentions for the second half of the year. A few days prior to the solstice, we had gone to a grave rave hosted by our friend Angie. She likes to honor local musicians and artists by decorating their graves on or around their birthdays or death days. This one was for Sara Martin, vaudeville performer and blues singer from the very early 1900s. We listened to her music and pulled a few oracle cards. A couple weeks after that, Eliza and I were invited to tag along on a ghost investigation with Eliza's daughter Zoe and her friend Amberly. They are fairly seasoned investigators who use a spirit box, audio recordings, and the Estes Method to channel messages from the other side.
Well, we cross over a couple of, we do that weird thing where we go into different time zones. Right, and we go through the...
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
What do we call it when we go down that same strip of Dixie Highway? We were like, this is it.
So where are we going? What's the name of the cemetery?
Well, so it's Kasey Cemetery, and from what we've found out about it, it's a family cemetery. There are allegedly a lot of child graves or children buried there, so you'll see lots of toys and little offerings, little things that people have brought to offer the children. I think almost every headstone has a little toy or a trinket on it. Wow. Or a coin or something. And so it's a well-trodden place. People know about it in the area, but it's supposedly one of the most haunted cemeteries in the state of Kentucky.
Oh.
According to the research that we've done. This person's name is Eliza.
Whoa! How about that?
Stone that I was just thinking for letting us use as a placeholder.
Wow.
What?
This tombstone that we just sat immediately right in front of has got your name on it, Eliza.
Well, I just had a couple weird things happen to me.
What?
Okay.
What?
But yeah, something touched my face.
Whoa.
Where just when?
Just when I walked over there. I thought a bug hit me, but nothing flew away. But it felt like a hand on my cheek.
Wow.
And I also heard something in the woods.
I heard
I don't know
something
if you
over.
heard it.
Yeah, I don't know if it was over there or.
It was over there, but it was heavy.
It sounded like a thud or.
Yeah, it was a thud.
While we were setting up, Zoe noticed a piece of caution tape flapping around in the tree line bordering the cemetery.
Something's wanting us to look over there so that it can be sneaky over here. Right. I mean, yeah.
The air was extremely still, with no wind at all.
It's right there. Oh, okay. Move.
Move the caution tape if you can hear me so we can see. Is it going to move again?
And just kind of talk. Yeah. And just kind of sit with those questions. Whippoorwill. Right? That is nostalgia straight in the heart. My dad used to have a whippoorwill by his house, and it would like every night at dusk would do its little sound, its little song, and every time we come out here, you hear that. Every time it makes me feel that way. My name's Amberly.
Sounded like soldier.
Okay, so we just would like to talk to you through Eliza, and I'd like to ask if this is someone who is a soldier, maybe what your name is or what you'd like to share with us. We want to just open up a little bit of space for you to communicate, and we're just really curious. So we want to give you the opportunity to just kind of share some things about yourself with us.
Oh, we just heard some great big thump.
Anyone here?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
What about you? Where are you?
Was that you behind us that just made that loud thump?
Yeah, the rockets are glaring. Red. Is that the... I have no idea. The rocket's red. The rocket's red glare. Red. I don't know. I imagine it would be hard, difficult for a soldier to, I don't know, be hearing all of these, like, bomb sounds.
Right. Does that bother you?
Yeah, how are you feeling? Give you some time to answer.
Yeah, there's a flag.
Dim light.
Dim the lights for you. Does that make you feel a little bit more comfortable? We don't want you to feel like you're in this spot.
Enough.
Okay. Okay. You sound very stressed out, and I think that we're probably going to just take a step
Copy.
back. We're going to take a step back.
The copper.
My name is Eliza too. So it's nice to meet you, Eliza.
Would you want to give us your name?
Give it off.
What do you mean by that?
I was looking at the light on your grave, Eliza, when you said that. Do you want me to take the light off your grave?
There's also like a weird bone-looking thing up there too that I noticed on top of the headstone.
Would you like us to clean the stuff off of your headstone?
There's nothing that's going to do that.
We can definitely do that for you.
We can do that for you.
So yeah, we're friendly. We would like to just ask me, how are you feeling? Are you in pain? Are you experiencing anything right now that you would like to maybe just share with us?
What happened to
That's
you?
nightmarish. Nightmares. What kind of thing?
Are you happy here?
Yeah, it seems like a pretty peaceful place outside of the loud sounds that we're hearing right now. Maybe people aren't so nice whenever they come to visit.
In the distance, we could hear the artillery exercises from nearby Fort Knox.
I'll tell you when.
When what?
But it has to be.
Do you have any message for us?
Anything?
Yeah, any message.
It's everywhere. It's always there. And it won't be.
What's it?
Yeah. Yeah, what's everywhere?
I thought it was over there.
I heard that sound over
Yeah.
there. Are you in my mind? Because I was just thinking, are you making these sounds in the woods?
How did you feel about that?
Indifferent.
There's eyes on it.
That's kind of creepy.
Whose eyes?
And what is it?
Right. Can you tell us more?
It's back there, back in the window.
What window? Where is a window? Is that in the house? Are you in a house? Them?
I can't tell what kind of.
Yeah.
What kind of message, maybe? I don't.
It's brown.
Okay.
There's 32. And when you look back there,
I'm gonna look back there.
Right.
Is that okay? I mean, I think there's a lot of talk back there. I might take a look.
Back in the woods. Towards the back is where we hear a lot of noise.
that has to be a big one.
Okay.
It's backwards.
Backwards.
Look a little bit harder.
Okay, I'm looking. Am I in the right spot? There's a lot of footsteps back there.
It will catapult.
Oh. I don't want anything flying at me, but... Is that something falling or something stepping? I don't know. It didn't sound like it hit anything on the way down. It was something falling.
Yeah.
Straight shot into the roof. Stuff falling, but from where? I don't know, but that didn't sound like it hit the ground. No.
After Zoe's session, we heard a lot of twigs crackling as if being stepped on, or twigs falling from above. As we were packing up to leave, we noticed that both Zoe's and Amberly's phones were displaying different times, just like they were telling us on the way down.
It says 11:27 on mine.
11/27, 10/27 on mine.
Yeah, let's get this for posterity.
See, this happens to us so much. It's ridiculous. It shouldn't happen this much.
Oh, it went off. Yeah.
It's happened to us before out here. I forgot about that.
Yep.
It happened to us when we came here the very first time.
In the next few days, Eliza sent me a link to a YouTube video by Exploration Unknown.
What kind of ritual was taking place here at this spot recently?
Their daytime investigation revealed some similar results. Many of the stories around Kasey Cemetery include various ritual activity, some of it downright heinous.
It did say satanic. So, every one of these back here have been broken.
Are there portals?
Yep.
Yes.
It says yep.
As you can see from this video taken 3 years before ours, the cemetery is quite a bit more vandalized.
Destroyed.
Even the headstone of Eliza Tabor is shown here in this video as toppled. So we're hoping this means that there are more well-meaning folk visiting the cemetery, putting things to right. Even so, they must be some very strong friends of the cemetery, because this headstone has to weigh well over 175 pounds. In August, Angie had another grave rave, this time in Cave Hill Cemetery for Mia Zapata, a local punk rocker and frontperson for The Gits, a Louisville-born but Seattle-based band from the mid-'80s to early '90s. While the four of us were there decorating the grave, we all got a distinct scent of burnt toast in the air. In addition to that smell being a sign of possible stroke, it's also associated with a variety of spiritual meanings. For instance, spiritual awakening, connections to the afterlife, and a heightened intuition and insight. And again in November, Angie had another grave rave to honor the Tingley brothers, twin brothers of the early 1900s who achieved success as a wagon maker and school superintendent. They commissioned this gorgeous Art Deco fountain surrounded by 5 beautiful bald cypress trees, which harkens back to the George Rogers Clark tree.
Doesn't it look like a little fairy fort?
A little entrance. We're standing at the entrance of some little fae house.
I know, right? Like that right there.
Knock, knock,
I know. Like that right there. I'm not gonna eat anything that you offer me, but we should leave you something. Anybody got a snack for this fairy fort?
We decorated the fountain with roses and pulled some oracle cards for the upcoming Mercury retrograde period. And speaking of George Rogers Clark, he is also buried in Cave Hill Cemetery.
What's up, fellas? Here's a big old family.
On the winter solstice, I went back to Cave Hill in search of a grave that Eliza had discovered online. While digging into the history of Eliza Tabor from Kasey Cemetery, she found her daughter, Eliza Borsch. We were intrigued by the 5-pointed star on her gravestone. We weren't sure if it held some kind of occult significance or not. It turns out that this is the emblem for the Order of the Eastern Star, an offshoot of Freemasonry. I decided to leave a little rose quartz to honor both Elizas, with the grave visits bookended by the solstices.
That time is here for one more year, and that summer feeling is gonna haunt you one day in your life.